Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope I'm not late. It's 1 minute to past. It's 1 minute past our starting time. I don't know what happened today. I don't know if it's because it was I posted my thumbnail a bit late. I've been a bit kind of held up. Yeah, so let's see if we'll be able to do this live. At least I think if I get 10 people, I will be able, or I will be at a place where I can start. Okay. If I get a number of 10, I don't know if, okay. If I get at least 10 people, I should be able to start. We are one. I see at least there's one person. Please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're watching us from. Today, I want us to talk about the UK. I know there is quite a lot of things that are always changing when we talk about UK. So I hope today, whatever I have in store, will be able. I don't know why my face is so shiny. Don't know. So I hope today I will be able. It's a bit darker there. I hope today I will be able to at least change people's minds on UK, because previously over the last 1 year UK has been having a lot of immigration laws that are always changing time and again. So as immigrants, I know it can be very boring. If I get bored at the point where I live in the UK and I get bored because of the changes in immigration, I can't imagine what other people are always feeling. Hi, Mr. Austin. Austin from Nigeria. Wanekai from Cape Town. Hi, Wanekai. Hi, Austin. We are a good number. We are a good number. Today, I want us to talk about opportunities in UK. I know most people. Hi, Monique. How are you? How is Malindi? Is it hot? Because I am told Kenya right now is very, very, very hot. The temperatures, I think it was on Sunday, it was around 34 in Nairobi. It has, I don't think Kenya has been ever that hot in Nairobi, even when I was there. Hi, Manuel. Hi, Nkem. Nkem, good evening. Yeah, you're good. Hi, Florence from Zambia. Hi, Mrs. AY. How are you? I don't Atale. Don't one day I think I will have to buy Don tea, because the way Don, I think Don and Wonekai are one of my very ardent followers. They can never miss a day. If they miss a day, they cannot miss 2 days without joining my live. Well, I hope eventually anyone who joins my live, whether you're an ardent follower or not, you get something that suits you, because that is the goal. I am sharing this information generally to help anyone who does not want to go through this stress of paying agents obnoxious amount of money. And I always say you can move for any job you want as long as you're dedicated. Joyce, I offer different services. If you want any job application help, you'll find that on my paid services and you can book those services. Before we continue, because I know I always forget, let me leave my link down below, my email address rather. Anyone who has a question can always ask me on my email address, and that is jocelyncareercoaching@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Don. Thank you for your kind words. Today, we have 1 minute. Let us wait for at least people. We have 1 minute. We actually on time. Today, I want us to touch on UK. So I know UK right now, they did away with the carer visa. They did not do away with. Actually, what they said is right now, for you to be able to bring dependents under a carer visa, you at least have to be earning over 38,000, which is somehow very Dan Mwenga. My email address is Jocelyn Career Coaching at gmail.com. Jocelyn Career Coaching.email at gmail.com. I have just pasted it here down below. Up above, Jocelyn Career Coaching at Gmail. If you look at the comments, you find them. So allow me to start. So I was explaining and saying the reason why it is very hard right now to get carer jobs if you want to move with your dependents in the UK is because UK said If you want to bring your dependents right now, you have to earn at least 38,000 and above per year, of which most care jobs are always paying around 22,000. 22,000, 23,000 are max for care jobs in the UK. Previously, you were allowed to bring dependents, but right now they are saying with that salary threshold of 22,000, you cannot bring your dependents. You can only bring your dependents if you're making that 8,000. And there's quite a lot of explanation that I'll want to go right there to explain, but I don't want to do that right now because this is not a Kiara job visa. This is an unskilled job visa to the UK. So if you know you are looking, if you know you do not have a lot of skills, or if you know you're just looking for a pathway that can allow you to move from the country that you're in to the UK, this is a very good pathway. First, this is a seasonal worker route to the UK. When we talk about the seasonal worker route or the seasonal worker visa to the UK, this means you're going to work seasonal jobs that are mostly in between, anywhere between July, August, when summer is starting, to December. So what that also means, because I know someone is going to run away when the year it is seasonal work, someone is going to ask me, what happens to the rest of the year? The rest of the year is you can look for another job, you can leave UK, go somewhere else, or your employer can retain you depending on the way you do your job. So the seasonal route that I want us to talk about is agricultural or horticulture jobs. There are a lot of South Africans who have previously benefited a lot from these jobs. Mostly South Africans, Pakistanis have benefited a lot from horticultural jobs in the UK before. And that is because they really do a good job in terms of horticulture. When I talk of horticulture or horticultural jobs, I am talking about fruit picking, fruit packing, handling things in the farm, animal production, animal rearing, and farm work. Mostly, you will not go to the extent of farming or tilling the land, and that is because mostly when you're working in those farms, they are very big tracts of land, so there are machines to do that. So unless you have special skills as a driver or those machines that do those kind of works, you'll not be doing like the laboring or like farming, the hard farming jobs. Most of these horticultural jobs are mainly flower harvesting, fruit picking, fruit farming, what else, and animal production or animal rearing. These jobs are very, very, or rather, they help people who do not have a lot of or a very high educational level. You do not need a degree, you do not need a diploma, you do not need a certificate. You just need your experience and what do we call, and at least high school, a high school certificate. Definitely, you need to do your CV and work on your CV, because they are always going to ask for your CV, and they'll want to see if you have any background of you showing that you've done this work before. The reason why I decided to do this video is because most of the time, these visas that are not very competitive, like the seasonal worker visa, is not very competitive because most people are always wondering, when they come for that specific period of time, let's say around 6 months, what are they supposed to do? Because this visa is given for 6 months, and the answer is as direct as it comes. When you land and you have a 6 months visa, you can do two things. You can work at least for 4 months. After 4 months, your employer will give you a notice to tell you if they're retaining you after your time elapses. That means they're going to extend your visa, or you can change that visa to another type of visa. Mostly in the UK, you can change your seasonal worker visa to a charity visa or a tier 5 visa. And a tier 5 visa is now the care jobs, domiciliary care, things around there. So you do not need to worry a lot if you know, or you do not need to worry and be asking yourself after the 6 months what I'm going to do. What I'll advise you to do, or what most people do, after like 4 months, once your employer tells you what your outcome is, depending on your work, because most employers will retain you if your skills are perfect. Okay, And if they do not retain you, please know how you transition your visa. You'll not be the first person who is doing it. There are people have been coming to the UK using the seasonal worker visa. As I said previously, Pakistanis and South Africans have been benefiting a lot through this visa. And then what happened is, you definitely know that there is a war right now in Palestine and whatnot. So Pakistan is also not benefiting a lot, and most of the employers who are employing people around Palestine and Pakistan are they do not want anything to do with those countries anymore. So they are now opening their doors to more countries. I am going to, or rather, I will give you companies that you can send your CV, that you can look up their websites and apply. Mostly it is send your CV, because definitely, as I said, the jobs are around horticulture. There's one thing I need to be very straightforward. Some companies, I cannot specify which is what, but some companies will say that they do not take different countries, or one country or another. So what you need to do is, you need to go through all the websites that I will share with you and find, because those companies are very straightforward. They will always tell you that we do not take applications from country ABC, or we take applications from country ABC. So what your part is, you'll go through these companies one by one, check if your country is eligible and if your country is allowed to apply. The reason why some of these companies are not taking foreigners from some countries, it is mostly because maybe previously the people they worked with from those countries had some trouble with delivering in terms of jobs, and so they feel like they do not prefer to deal with people from those countries anymore. And the problem is, there is nothing you can do about when an employer says they do not want people from a certain or a specific country. Before I share with you the companies, let me give you what are the requirements. As I said, first, you do not need a degree with a high school certificate, and showing and do your CV in the UK or European format. Show at least you have experience, because they need you to show that you know what it means. If it is flower picking, fruit picking, animal production, they need you to show at least that experience. And also you need at least to have a job offer. So these are visa requirements, and the job offer will come in hand when you apply for the jobs. And also you need to at least be 18 years old. So once, the best thing to do, or the starting point, is at least know you have an high school certificate. uh, Apply, go to these websites, look for jobs, have a well-written CV. If you do not know how to do your CV, if you're wondering how to tailor your CV in the horticultural sector, you can email me. I can help you to review your CV and construct your CV to at least show that you have some experience in the horticultural industry. Once you do that, send your emails to as many companies as you can, as long as they're taking your country, or where the country you reside from. After that, if you get a job offer letter, your employer is supposed to give you accommodation, one, and meals, two, and health insurance, three. So under this visa to the UK, you do not need actually to worry about where you'll stay. The companies will always offer you accommodation. If you're living far from the farms, they will always get you accommodation, and they'll get you transport daily to and from the farm. So they'll offer you. And also, when you're applying for this visa, the UK government will always want the employer to show that they're providing meals, accommodation, and your healthcare insurance, and definitely your certificate of sponsorship, because this is a visa sponsorship opportunity. I know there's a question I'm going to get. Can you move with your dependents under this pathway? And the answer is a simple no. Reason, because this, as I said, this is a 6 months visa. Employers will renew depending on how you work. So what most people do, and what I'd advise you to do if you want to move to the UK under this pathway, first, um, send move alone. Then once you move after 6 months, when you know how to change or how to transition your visa to another type of visa, That is, after 6 months, definitely you can bring your dependents with you. The reason why under this visa you cannot bring your dependents is, one, it is a very short period of time. Two, the company is taking care of your accommodation and meals. So I think they feel like it is a burden when they start to include your family and your dependents, and it is a period of 6 months. It is a very good visa to start off if you really aim and if you really want to move to the UK. It is a very good visa to start. Remember, and I always tell anyone I interact with, the good thing with these companies, or with these countries, sorry, once you step your foot in these countries, you'll always know how to maneuver. Reason, because there are people who came with under the same visas in these countries, and they will always tell you how to go about it. And once you get here, you can always do your research on how to change one visa to another. The good thing with a seasonal worker visa, a charity visa, you can always change it around in the UK. It is not very, very, very complex. You can always maneuver and know how to go about it. So let me there someone is asking me how much do they pay per hour. It is mostly anywhere between 10 to 12 pounds per hour. The minimum wage in the UK right now, I think it is around 960 or 10. If I'm not wrong, it is 9.60 or 10. Most of the companies that I was looking at, they are offering the pay per hour is around 10 to 12. Definitely that is depending on your skills or the kind of job description you pay. And also, it is very good to know that in some of these agricultural or horticultural based seasonal worker jobs, you are not also going to be paid per hour. You'll be paid if there are jobs like flower packing, fruit picking, you'll be paid by the ton of what you harvest or the work you do. For example, if you're picking fruits, mostly in jobs of fruit picking, you'll be paid per a kilo of what you pick. The reason why employers do that is because they know when they pay employees per hour under such pathways or under such circumstances, people will slack and they will not work. So in a job description like mostly fruit picking or flower cutting or flower packing, you will be paid per the tonnage or the kg or a kilo of either what you pick or what you pack or what you harvest. So I want to write, I'll be mentioning and writing down, because definitely I want you to take a screenshot and you check out these companies. Today's live is not very long. It was not, or rather, this is not a very complex topic. It is as it comes. So the first company that you should look out for that offers this kind of opportunities is Proforce Limited. So there's Proforce Limited. Let me put caps. There's Proforce Limited. They are not quite a lot, but they hire. Before I continue, it is very good for me to say, because someone might be disputing that there are not quite a lot of number of or people who are looking for these jobs. The whole of United Kingdom is made up of different countries and islands. We have England, we have Wales, we have North Islands, and we have Scotland. That is UK mainland. We have islands like Channel Islands, we have Gibraltar, and we have British Virgin Islands. All those places or all those countries are fed by the agricultural or horticultural industry that is in UK mainland, mostly Scotland, North Ireland, and Wales. Those are the countries that have these big farms where they're farming. So the farming will happen in the countryside, and then all the production will be done, and then now they start dispatching food all over the UK. Last year only, the UK government gave foreign workers 45,000 seasonal worker visas. This year, they said as out of December, the immigration changes that were made in December, they said as out of January, they increased from 45,000 to 55,000. So this year, they're expecting to recruit more, or more. Like last year was 45, so this year they are aiming at recruiting more, that is 55,000. The reason why they are recruiting more, it's because, one, as I said, most of the people who come under the seasonal worker visa, they transition to other visas. So definitely there will be a shortage in that industry or that visa. So they said this year they are targeting to give out at least 55,000 work permits and work visas. So it is not like a tiny visa. There are quite a lot of numbers. You just need to try to tailor your CV and apply. Okay, so let me continue. There's a Proforce Limited. That is the first company you should look out for. There's Proforce Limited. There's a Grove Recruitment. All these companies will give you, and they will tell, they even when you go to the page, they will tell you definitely on top of the page, or on the first page, they will definitely tell you what countries they are not taking recruitment from, and they're always very, very straightforward. So if you find that they are not offering a visa sponsorship pathway in your country, move to another company and look until you get. I know at least in Africa, all countries have at least one company that is catering for each and every country. Just that in some countries, like for example, I said South Africa is most of the companies always want people from South Africa. I do not know why, but I think it is mostly because maybe the people they have worked in with previously from South Africa have been doing the job well. So there is Proforce Limited, there is Haygrove Recruitment, there is Hobbs Labor Solutions, there is Concordia UK, there is Concordia UK Limited. So we have Proforce Limited, Haygrove Recruitment, Hobbs Labor Solution, Concordia UK Limited. It is Concordia UK Limited. Let me repeat that. Concordia UK Limited. Please, guys, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. It can be very deliberating when I am sharing this information with you, and then after the live, you're coming to my email and you want me to share the same information. It is not fair generally. So AG Recruitment, and there is the last one, Fruitful Jobs. Fruitful Jobs. So we have Proforce Limited, Haygrove Recruitment, Hobbs Labor Solutions, Concordia UK Limited, AG Recruitment, Fruitful Jobs Limited. Okay, the flower pickers position required right to work in the UK. It is not, definitely not all jobs will always be open for everyone outside, but most of the time, as I said, you will find people who came last year, they have moved to other visas, so there is a shortage. So you will find also countries have different type of employees they are looking for. You might go to one company and they are saying under these job description, we are looking for people in the UK, because mostly maybe they, in one way or another, they do not want to give visa sponsorship, of which it is very, very okay. The question should be, are there people who are moving to the UK under the seasonal worker visa? Yes. Are there people who are moving and they are doing jobs in farms, and after 6 months they got other places to go? Yes. It is the same way. People will come online and complain that Kendi is making videos to benefit on live. We used agent, but the answer is I did not use agent. People are always moving. It just depends with how willing are you to go the extra mile to look for opportunities. That is why I will come here and share with you companies. That is the best I can do. I do research. And I am in the UK, so anytime I'm sharing information around the UK, mostly UK and US, I have connections and I have people I know around in the US, so at least I have people to ask. And to the UK, at least I have some lived experience. So sometimes when I'm saying things, I know I am saying something that I've researched and something that I know. The thing that you need, or actually what you need to do as a person, is once I share companies with you, please go sit down, move from one company to another, look at what they're offering. And that is why I go an extra mile of coming live each and every day to give you. These are like 30 minutes videos that I this information I can sell. If I wanted to sell, it is information I can sell, but I want to help people because I wish even for me, like someone would have shared the information that I am sharing with people. I am not anywhere close to being perfect, no, but please be as opportunistic as you can. If you find an opportunity that is saying they are looking for people in the UK, leave that one alone, move to the next company. And as I said, you'll go to these companies and you're going to find some companies that are saying we are not taking people from Nigeria. Does that mean that you should lose hope? No. Leave that page, go to the next company, check and see, is this company taking Africans from West Africa or from any other country? If they are, apply. You go to another company, they say they are not taking Kenyans, they're only taking Indians. Can you leave? Go to another one. If you scribble through all those companies, you'll at least find one or two companies that is taking people or workers from your territory, okay? Either your territory or your country. And once at least you get one or two, write your CV. Just, and it is not a must for you to have a very like complex written CV, because as I said, these are jobs that do not need very high qualifications. So you need to at least tailor your CV, show them that you know, or you have done farm work, or you have done flower picking. And you guys, I'm not telling you to lie, but you definitely know how you can write your CV, because you cannot take a CV that you've been maybe a bank teller, or a CV that you've been doing, or you've been a cashier, for example, and you're going to apply for a seasonal work, a fruit picker, a fruit farmer job. It is not going to work. Nobody is going to email you and tell you that they want to talk to you, because they are looking for skills. Most of the time, these people are looking for someone that at least that does not take a lot of time in terms of training, because these companies will always train you. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days you'll be shown, if it is flower cutting, how to cut, if it is strawberry picking, how to pick, if it is maybe cattle rearing, they'll give you measurements of how to do things. So you'll find maybe when you resume work, or when you start work, at least they'll train you for maybe, let's say, 1 week. But that does not mean you should not have any qualifications or any experience. At least in your CV, show at least that you have basic understanding of, if it is flower picking. And this is information that you can find online. Go online, Google what is the job description, or what are the skills or of a flower picker. Copy. Right now we have chat GTP. Copy, take that information to chat GTP, rewrite that information, paste on your CV. And you can cook up some things and say, I did this and this and this. You cannot be applying jobs for these kind of jobs and saying that you have never done this kind of job. Nobody is going to give you a chance. You at least have to show you have some background. I think I have covered everything. If you have any question, Joanne, thank you so much. You should email me, because I think we have some hanging conversation, Joanne. I hope everyone is at par with me. If there's any question, I am more than willing to answer. If there's any question, I am more than willing to answer before we end the live. If there's I'm specialized in warehousing, do I stand a chance? Muli, I think the best thing you can do is go to this website, find if there are any jobs open for anything around warehousing. If there is no any job around warehousing, you can try your luck. And the reason why I am saying you can try your luck is because most of these companies, the agricultural or horticultural industry, is also have the warehousing departments, where when food leaves the farm, maybe they do warehousing, or they transport them to warehouses before they dispatch to different places and different locations like supermarket. So the only thing you do is try your luck. You are not limited. You can try as many times as you can. Okay, Mpo, thank you so much. You're saying thank you. Also, thank you for tuning in. Do we have any question before I end the live? I feel like I have cleared everything, unless there's anyone who has a question before we wind up. Tomorrow we meet same time at 5 p.m. Tomorrow we meet same time at 5 p.m. Please remember, if you have any question, my email address is always open, Jocelyn Career Coaching at gmail.com, Jocelyn Career Coaching at gmail.com. Please, 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 when you come to my email address, be as straightforward as possible. Don't beat around the bush. Because also I have sometimes a lot of things. I asked a question yesterday regarding Australia, but you didn't answer. Please, you people should try and be telling us the truth. What question did you ask? GPS. What question did you ask? And what do you mean by you people should be telling us the truth? Who was lying to who? What question did you ask? If you ask any question, and there's a chance maybe you asked a question after I said I'm ending a live, so your question came in after I ended the live. And it is very uncalled for when you come and say you people should be telling us the truth, and you're not saying which truth I did not say or what I was supposed to say. If maybe it is a question I did not answer, most probably I missed a question. I am a human being, I am to error. uh, how much is the assessment fee for the Australian? The skill assessment is around, it depends. Sometimes, depending on the different industries under the different accreditation councils, one is 150 USD and another one is 227 USD. So why are you saying I lied? You asked a question, I did not see the question. So why are you saying that I am not telling you the truth? That was a very simple question. If I saw the question, I would have answered. There's no need of you insinuating I am lying to anyone. Okay? We have an unfinished discussion. Theodore, did you? Okay, you can email me if maybe I missed your email. I would be glad to. You can chat me on Gmail, then I'll be able to respond. Uh, I'm late. Sports, you're late. I hope you'll catch up once we are done. I was talking about unskilled jobs in the UK, that is horticultural jobs and agricultural jobs. It is under the seasonal worker visa. You can get that information, I think, since I've winded up everything once I'm done with the live. GPS, what is your problem? But I have answered your question. I have answered your question. Nobody asked me that question. You asked me the question when I ended the live. You have asked the question. I have answered the question. So what is the problem? What is the problem? Unless if you have any bone of contention with me, or there's somewhere I wronged you that I do not know, it seems you're beefing with me for the wrong reasons. Hi, Lizzie. How are you? Do not worry. Do not worry. We'll catch up, Lizzie, on my email. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you, and I will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. When you please, on this channel, I am very kind to people. I really disrespect when someone is trying to be rude. Yesterday, I forgot to mention the skill assessment. Someone is claiming I am lying to people. And maybe they most probably, because I did not see that question, it is either I missed that question or they asked the question when I ended the live. And he asked the question and I replied to that question. And then he's saying, but you did not say so yesterday. So what is the problem? I have said it today. Anyone who wanted info on that visa or that pathway I asked or I shared yesterday would always come to my email address. There's no information actually I lie or I'm not telling you the truth, because if you took it upon yourself and you went online, the same bundles you're using to say I'm not telling people the truth. If you went online and Google skill assessment Australia under the 186 route subclass of 482, you would have seen the charges for skill assessment. So you do not need to come here on the comment section and create a wall that is not there and tell me I'm not saying the truth. If you use the same effort that you're coming here to say I am lying to people, if I was lying to people, I'll not be doing and sharing all this information each and every day. I'm very passionate about what I do. So please, you can criticize me in a very polite way. You do not need to be rude. We do not need to exchange words with you. Just ask. And I am a human being. I am bound to forget things that I'm sharing. And anytime anyone asks me a question, if I'm not sure, I'll always say, I'll go research about it and share. And most probably, I am 100% sure I forgot to share the skill assessment. But anyone who came yesterday after that live video asking for that pathway, I shared all the information. That is either skill assessment and all the requirements and documents that were needed. Anytime you you get me sharing something, and maybe you feel like there is a question you have, you can always ask. If I miss a question, you can use your bundles and go and Google for that information, and you find answers online. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate your time, and until next time, be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow. And at this juncture, I will end the live.